Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Traveler's Chosen with the catalyst it received this season. Now, I got this catalyst banged out on the first day of the season, so I've been at it for a while now. And at that time, all over Twitter and in my stream chat, kept telling me, and people on Twitter kept telling me they were raving about the catalyst and how incredible it was. And while this sidearm is potentially my favorite weapon in all of Destiny 2, and while I have almost 9,000 kills in this sidearm so far, I'm going to offer a different perspective on this catalyst, I think, to what others are saying. But before we dive into all that, I have to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Manscape. Hey, if you hang around my channel at all, you know that I partner with Manscaped frequently. And that's because before I was ever doing sponsored promos for them, I was actually a customer. I actually got my first ever perfect package from Manscaped using my good friend Fallout Plays creator discount code after watching one of his videos one day, and I never looked back. I've been a customer of theirs ever since, and actually this week I ordered my second ever bottle of cologne from them because that stuff's awesome, and their new groin exfoliant. So believe me when I say that Manscaped offers the best products on the market right now for male grooming and hygiene. And just this summer they launched their brand new Perfect Package 4.0, and I'm gonna hook you up with a discount code today. The Perfect Package includes the Lawnmower 4.0 electric razor, which is a must-have for men. With a ceramic blade and Manscaped's skin-safe technology, you're going to be able to remove hair anywhere without nicks and cuts. This thing's actually fully waterproof. You can take it in the shower. That way you don't have to worry about cleanup. And it's got a little LED light right on the tip there. See that? Boop! And that thing will illuminate any area that you're shaving. It's one of those things where before you have it, you're like, do I really need that? And then when you have it, you're like, holy cow, how did I ever get by without this? Something simple that's just fantastic. Now, in addition to the lawnmower, you're gonna get the Weed Whacker nose hair trimmer, which works like a dream. And nose hair is kind of gross and a total repellent for partners, by the way. Perfect Package is also gonna give you the Crop Preserver, which is a deodorant for your undercarriage because that's the area where men generate the most odors. On top of that, it's gonna give you the Crop Reviver for a little spritz later in the day to keep you fresh. So please, men, take your hygiene seriously. Do it for yourself, do it for your partner too. Use code Vanguard20 to get 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com. Check the description and the pinned comment for links to get started. And now, it's time to get back to Destiny. Okay, let's get into this catalyst. I'm assuming most, if not all of you still playing Destiny have had this catalyst drop at this point. It drops on playlist activity completions, so you've probably got it at this point. So getting your hands on this thing is pretty simple. So let's list the things this catalyst does for the weapon. When you apply the catalyst to the Traveler's Chosen, the weapon gets 2 extra bullets in the magazine, bumping it up to 17 rounds. The second thing that it does is it gives the Traveler's Chosen Osmosis, which is a perk that changes the weapon from kinetic to whatever element your subclass is when you toss your grenade. It will retain that change until it is stowed. And the last unique thing that it does is it applies full auto to the sidearm. So if you hold the trigger down, it will just continue to fire at its max RPM. Additionally, you get the benefit of being able to create orbs of light on rapid final blows. Now on paper, that sounds like a lot. So let's tackle each of those changes one at a time, starting with the mag increase. Now the Traveler's Chosen has an optimal TTK, time to kill, of 0.6 seconds. And that can be achieved with 4 headshots, or 3 headshots and 1 body shot on a Guardian with low resilience. That's mega fast. That's a really fast TTK. If you hit all body shots, then your TTK is a flat 1 second. Still pretty decent. With a 15-round magazine, you're looking at being able to comfortably duel 2 Guardians before reloading. And your reload will be buffed because of your stacks of gathering light after those kills. You could stretch that in theory to 3 kills, but you gotta be scary accurate in order to make that happen. Now with 17 rounds in the magazine, you can comfortably duel 3 opponents if you allow for 5 to 6 bullets for each target. Now that doesn't happen often, but it does happen from time to time. So basically this weapon is gonna allow you to pump out more damage for longer periods of time before reloading, and that absolutely matters. Even if it's just a couple of bullets. When you do the math, that damage really matters. So the extra rounds in the mag is an excellent buff from this catalyst. That's 2 thumbs up from me. Moving on to Osmosis. Osmosis opens up some creative opportunities for PvP, including things like Battle Harmony or Verity's Brow, and even some Charged with Light options. But I'm going to level with you, this perk sucks in PvP. Leveraging it means doing some meticulous setup, but taking advantage of it means dumping a grenade and then being forced to stay committed to the sidearm since the effects of Osmosis go away when you swap to a different weapon. And I mean, I've tried the Battle Harmony with it. Honestly, it's just not worth it. I'm much better off just using an energy sidearm of my subclass element, right? Instead of not having to do all of the extra setup and maintaining the freedom. When I use a different setup, I maintain my freedom to stow the weapon and not be penalized for it. Sometimes you need to put the gun away, depending on your situation and the opponent's distance. So this perk is a hard pass for me. It is rarely helpful, and when it is helpful, it's not, in my opinion, worth the trade-off of your other alternatives. It has some utility in PvE, but frankly, no one is going to run this weapon over a Mythoclast or 1,000 voices or something that's going to dish out some serious damage to combatants or help with ad control, conversely, right? Osmosis is a 2 thumbs down from me on the Catalyst. Moving on to full auto. I'm going to give it to you straight. I hate it. This perk makes me miss shots, and I hate it. Sometimes the weapon will discharge a second bullet even when you barely tap the trigger. So you weren't planning on that bullet, you didn't dictate its exact moment of discharge, and on hit scan weapons, that's kind of important, and you now have to wait for another bullet. I hate it. I wish I could actually turn full auto off. I like my semi-automatic weapons to remain semi-automatic. I want to dictate the exact moment each round is fired, so I know exactly when and where it's going to go. It's the same reason I hate full auto on pulse rifles, and I never fire them in full auto when they have it. I know this is a preference thing, and many players love having full auto on this sidearm and others, and that's totally fine, but personally, I hate it, and I wish Bungie had given me the option to turn it off. So, for added perks from the Catalyst, this Catalyst is a solid 1 out of 3 for me. I love having the extra bullets in the magazine. But Osmosis, I could take it or leave it, as it has 0 effect on my experience with the weapon in PvP, and I see full auto actually as a detriment, which has hurt my overall performance with the gun. If it were up to me, I'd make it so that you could toggle full auto on and off. So for me, the biggest utility of the Catalyst, the biggest utility that it provides, is the 17-round mag and the ability to create orbs of light, meaning that I can more frequently leverage my favorite charged with light mods, like high energy fire and surprise attack for that charged magazine buff. I'm super happy that this weapon finally has a Catalyst, and I'm loving having the kill tracker and leveraging these mods in my build more frequently. But the Catalyst alone is a little underwhelming. For the record, it's still one of my favorite guns in the game, if not my favorite, and finding creative ways of leveraging those gathering light stacks is super rewarding, and it adds so much to my overall PvP experience. I'm super grateful to have the Catalyst in the game now, and I'm looking forward to grinding my kill count even higher every week on this thing. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to drop a like on the video. Thanks to all of you who have been tuning into the live streams lately. We played a ton of trials this weekend, including a really fun short stream with Dr. Lupo and Ninja with Noel, just like the good old days. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.